Okay, mate, let's move it on to Anfield. I'm sure you're looking forward to speak to this. Liverpool at home to Brentford. Brentford can always be difficult opposition to play. Thomas Frank has his team, well set up. But Liverpool, no problem, 3-0 win, 2 goals for Mo Salah, 1 for Diogo Jota. Is that almost what Liverpool need? I kind of feel with Liverpool, and I want to get your view, is I said the other week, it's almost to me like Liverpool are still trying to convince themselves they're title contenders. It's like people are saying, oh, Liverpool, is this a team? And listen, they're in good shape at the moment, sit second in the table, 1 point behind City. But are they really title contenders, do you think, this time around?
I'm still not convinced about them defensively. From the aspect of Trent Alexander-Arnold playing in this inside position. Now, Manchester City tried it with Kyle Walker moving into that position. He tried it with also Zinchenko when he was at the club. And it didn't quite work because you're vulnerable and susceptible to counter-attacks on that side. And Konate, when he plays on that side, often gets caught either ball watching, because teams are clever now. What they do is they'll play a winger high on the left and they'll bring the striker out to the left-hand side as well. So then Konate's got this conundrum. Which one do I go in on? If I go tight on the striker, there's a ball in behind for the winger, and that causes problems. If I go wide enough onto the winger, leaves this big gap through to the striker, and he's caught in like that position at the moment where he doesn't quite know how to deal with it. I don't think McAllister's a number 6. I don't think he's senses danger enough to play in that position. When I look at Rodri, he senses it. He knows when people move into certain positions.
Can he learn that, do you think, or is that something that's
I don't think he's athletically good enough to do
get
it
across the pitch.
I think he's one of those players. He's a brilliant footballer, but play him to his strengths. And listen, I'm not sitting here telling Jurgen Klopp what to do, but I just think his best position's higher up. When you look at him at Brighton and especially Argentina in the World Cup, I thought he was the second best player in the tournament. I really do, behind Messi. Messi was unbelievable, but McAllister was phenomenal in that forward advanced position, retaining balls, little threaded through passes. So I think if you want to get the best out of him, you've almost got to play him in that position. The other thing I think with Liverpool is Szoboszlai's your mainstay. But then you look at it and go, well, who's the other two? Who fits in there? I think Curtis Jones does when he's fit. I think what Jurgen Klopp's got out of him is he knows tactically exactly how to play the game. And also his passing accuracy, his passing retention is the highest in the Liverpool team. His turnover of possession and winning it back is the highest in the midfield, which is
a great
impressive. It's impressive
the way Liverpool play.
And I think there's
about Gravenberch. Every time I see him, I kind of like what I see. All the tools and the raw material looks there.
Young and inexperienced, I think there's a side of him, but I also think there's a side where he's just getting used to playing again. He's had a year out of playing at Bayern Munich, so that's a long time in football, and even your body getting up to speed. Probably didn't have a full proper pre-season because you're a bit in limbo. Am I staying? Am I going? Where am I at? You sort of drop your standards because you're feeling a little bit sorry for yourself. So I think there's a side where he'll get better in time. But I do like him. He's a more of an advanced centre midfielder. Loves getting on the half turn, drives with the ball so well. So it's just that defensive-minded midfielder when Endo's not quite at the level.
Yeah, it's interesting. One woman we have to mention, just as we move on from Liverpool, is Mo Salah. I think it's double figures again for him. His productivity in terms of goals and assists. I mean, to even think about what a sale would have looked like for Liverpool, or will look like in the future. I said today when we were doing the highlights and you watch him and he slips one in, typical, opens his body up from that right-hand side. He gets a header that he nonchalantly puts in and waits to see if he's onside. He is. He's already at double figures. I think we sometimes in football take for granted the art of putting the ball in the back of net and how difficult it is. This guy makes it look easy. And I said today, he's a modern great. He's a modern Premier League great. And it will be only when he's gone and we start looking back at the history and the record books and what he's done that maybe he'll get the appreciation he deserves.
Yeah, he certainly gets the appreciation from Liverpool fans. They know what he's capable of. They know what he's churning out game after game. The big thing when you watch Mohamed Salah is, and I just wonder whether this is why it didn't work for him at Chelsea, is that at times he can do nothing in the game. and it can have a real tough time. I think back to the derby against Everton. Mykolenko marked him out the game.
Yeah.
Mykolenko was brilliant. Suddenly, bang, blink of an eye, does something, scores a goal, and you think, where did that come from? And his stats stack up from a statistician point of view. Everyone looks at him and goes, goals, assists.
Yeah.
But when you actually watch his all-round game, you go, he doesn't have an effect at times, and he can be quite sloppy, and he can be a little bit sort of on the periphery of the game. Yeah. But within a blink of an eye, he can just score a goal or create something out of nowhere.
Which is a special talent, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why you can never really take him off the pitch, because you know he's got that in his armoury. He's a phenomenal player. Yeah,
absolutely. And you do think if Liverpool are going to challenge for a title, Mo Salah is going to be a big part of that, goals from that right-hand side.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.